Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This article that I'm going to discuss in this video, it shows immaturity, infantile behavior, lack of assessment, stupidity. I'm not certain. All of the above. The Ukrainian embassy accuses Israel of pro-Russian position. Now that is a bad mistake. You can make some mistakes. Some are, not that bad, but it's a bad mistake. Let me read you the article, and then I will try to give you a few hints, because I can really tell you what I know and what I think about the subject, because we live in a free world, and when you live in a free world, you have to self-censor or auto-censor or censor yourself. So let's see what's going on here. So this article comes from Ukrainska Pravda, and it is from today, Sunday, 25th of June, 2023. Ukrainian embassy accuses Israel of pro-Russian position. Israeli foreign ministry summons ambassador. He's going to take his pants down and kick him in the butt with what do you want to think? The Ukrainian embassy in Israel has accused this state of a clear pro-Russian position, end quote, and called for taking the right side of history. Wow. These guys are crazy. It's like a toddler challenges a multi-world boxing champion. These guys are beating you with their eyes closed and sitting in the chair and with both hands tied behind their back. In turn, the Israeli Foreign Ministry intends to summon the Ukrainian ambassador. Now what? Source: Ukrainian Embassy in Israel, the Jerusalem Post. And I'm quoting, quote from the embassy. The Embassy of Ukraine in the State of Israel regretfully emphasizes that the current Israeli government has opted for a path of close cooperation with the Russian Federation. These guys are just trying to build guilt? You gotta be fucking kidding me. While the people of Ukraine, including its substantial Jewish community, are bleeding under the onslaught of the Russian missiles and Iranian drones, the Israeli leadership, hiding behind verbal demagoguery about their neutrality, in parentheses, albeit no longer concealing it, end quote, actively forges relations with the Russian Federation. Man, you want these guys to attack you too now? In reality, on the ground, the so-called neutrality of the Israeli government is considered as a clear pro-Russian position. Oh my God. Regrettably, the Israeli government pays little attention, that means they're really careless, to the opinions of its own people. This is an attack on Netanyahu and his government, not on Israel actually, but hey, these guys think they're smooth. Opinions of its own people, and disregards the pleas of the global Jewish diaspora that all speak in the same, you have nothing, they all speak the same way. None of them says, maybe let's think differently. I can't pronounce this shit. Without equivoque. Support Ukraine, so that's all of them unanimously. Support Ukraine in its struggle against Russian state terrorism. We urge the Israeli government to change its position and to support Ukraine with defensive means, to support freedom and democratic world order. Order, that's the key word. We expect, like a teacher expects a child to finish his homework. We expect Israel to be on the right side of the history. Wow. Woo! When did I hear this? Now, I think what's going on so far is the people in charge of Ukraine, trying to blame the Israeli leadership, who works somehow against his own people and the diaspora, unequivocally, I can't even freaking pronounce that, against in unanimity. So that means this government is just on the wrong side of history. That's kind of like shaming, blaming, guilt building. Do you think that Netanyahu will have a little meltdown? I think so. I don't want to be on the wrong side because these guys are saying that. How dumb can you be to do that? To tell Netanyahu? Anyway, let's see what the Israeli government did. According to the embassy, Israel's pro-Russian position is evidenced by a number of rather controversial events, end quote, that occurred in the first half of 2023 and coincided with almost complete lack of Israeli humanitarian assistance to Ukraine. Like they have to. Like they have, I don't know, you expect that, otherwise you have blood on your hand or something. And I'm quoting again these guys. Particularly noteworthy among them are the fruitless visit of the Israeli foreign minister to Ukraine this February, and he didn't cave to your little demands, did he? And a series of interviews by Prime Minister Netanyahu with media outlets, including the most recent one with the Jerusalem Post on June 22nd. The statement reads, the embassy accused Israel of, and I'm quoting, complete inaction in providing Ukraine with defense assistance over the past 18 months. Because you expect them to see things as you want them to see. That's like, anyway, because you think you're on the right side of history. And if you're not, you're on the wrong side of history, on Russians' lap. It also noted that in the last interview with Netanyahu, quite fictional and speculative assumptions appeared. So Netanyahu was fictional and speculative, suggesting the transfer of Western weapons from the battlefield in Ukraine to the Syrian and Iranian regimes. That's what he said. I covered it in a video. He said, well, we're afraid, according to the article. He's not afraid. He's just concerned. That's what he said, concerned. But the title of the article was, we're afraid that the weapons supplied to Ukraine will end up in Russia or in, he said, Russian, Syrian, Iranian hands. Which is an impossibility because Ukraine said so, and you gotta believe them. Moreover, the Israeli government recently successfully held 2 rounds of high-level political talks with the Russian Foreign Ministry. So that's a no-no communication? In addition, an agreement was reached to create another Russian diplomatic mission in Jerusalem, for which land was even allocated for free of charge. So, Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Don't you think? You caught yourself. After this statement from the Ukrainian embassy, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Israel plans to summon Yevgeny Kornichuk, the Ukrainian ambassador to Israel. Foreign Minister Eli Cohen said at the briefing that, and I'm quoting this, despite difficult relations with Russia, Israel has been with Ukraine from the beginning of the war to the present day, publicly supporting its territorial integrity and sovereignty, and voted to condemn Russia in international forums. You didn't do enough, it seems like, for your friends over there. For some people that use this kind of things. Yes, but you didn't do anything for me today. Well, you got Zelensky, Mihal, Yermak, and Reznikov. What do you expect? The minister said that the last year Israel sent to Ukraine an unprecedented amount of air worth of NIS 80 million aid, probably $22 million US dollars, and it has an even larger budget to keep Kiev this year. In addition, Cohen said that the Israeli missile attack warning system, which is being tested in Kiev, will save the lives of Ukrainian civilians. Not enough. Give us more. More. Why not? The Westerns are idiots, so they think it works the same way with Israeli. You can't beat the world champion. Come on, man. I mean, unless all of a sudden Netanyahu gets overthrown and you get other weasels over there. Tusk. That's okay. Well, they try to shame them. It's not going to work. Netanyahu is too smart and has balls, as I said many times. You might not like it, or you might not like him, but you got to give it to Netanyahu. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna do what? He's gonna meet the clown, the, how do you call it, the comic, the whatever he was, Zelensky, who now is all general-like looking, or Mihal, or oh my God, all these guys. Netanyahu's been around the block like 50 fucking times already, so these guys barely started walking around the block of Zelensky and all these weasels, and they talked to Netanyahu. Netanyahu is going to run circles around these guys, and like, where's the ball? Hey, where's Netanyahu? Whoa, slam dunk! Jesus Christ, Netanyahu again? I guess so. All right, man. Don't even try. That's a bad mistake. And to do it publicly, that's even worse. Because, you'll see. You'll see. Do you think the Israeli government will cave in like Germany, for instance, being shamed or guilt or all that shaming and guilt building by the 5 guys in Kiev? Israel has not only balls, but how should I put it? Has ego. Once you respect yourself and you know who you are, any weasel can come and say whatever, you just like that. Germany, on the other hand, doesn't show that. And you have Annalena, Annabella Baerbock, or whatever her name is, with the other weasel, the Chancellor, Scholz. Let's say those guys are meeting Netanyahu. Netanyahu can beat them while sleeping. He doesn't have to wake up to discuss with them the issue. Just. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Bad mistake.